Okay, well, speaking of the VA, and would like to welcome our guests in today from the American Legion and also from Kentucky that represents some Boys and Girls State. So welcome. If I'll have you guys introduce yourself and why you're here.
I'm Pat Paskins. I'm a member of the American Legion from Bremen, Ohio, and back in the States, I help a lot of the veterans organizations with their fundraising, maximizing what they can raise to help their causes.
Excellent.
My name's Jeremy Dotson, and I'm a graduate of Kentucky Boys State and currently a senior in the University of Louisville majoring in communication.
My name is Dr. Peter Terzab with the American Legion, also Kentucky Boys State. And what we do is we put these Legion overseas deployment teams together. So we have Chris Goody, who's more of a computer guy for us, and also service officer work. We have Randy Fisher, and he's a
good name.
He isn't, yeah, Fisher.
Any relation?
Now, he did say you spelled your name wrong. I don't know. I'm not going to get into that. But he's about almost 30, 40 years of service officer work.
Wow.
So people come, they're going to get pretty much the best of the best. He's on high-level committees in the American Legion, and he's the guy who trains the state people, like government people, how to do their jobs. That's how well respected. Also, John Beach, and he's a service officer, does a lot of work, younger guy, and also Marty Goley. So we have a lot of good people here that are here to help and do a great job. So we appreciate you having us out to the base again.
Absolutely. So I mean, this is a couple years, 3-4 years in a row.
About 4 years now. For about 4 years.
And you said that you've gone to other bases around the world doing this as well, or?
I work with the veterans organizations such as the VFW, the AMVETS, the VFW, the American Legion, post across the United States, working with them on their fundraising.
Okay.
That's awesome.
So, first time we did this was in 2013. We went with a Kentucky Army National Guard unit to Djibouti, Africa.
Oh,
the
yes.
Joint Base Navy.
Yeah, Camp Lemonnier.
Yeah, I can't ever pronounce it. It's too sophisticated. But yeah, it was a great time, and that's when we started it. And they said it couldn't be done, and we went out there. We did service work. It was just a really transforming experience for the American Legion. And so then the next year we said, well, let's help the Air Force because they need a lot of help. And no, I'm joking. I was an Air Force officer.
There we go.
Jokes.
So you
I can make jokes.
yeah.
But we went out to RAF Lakenheath Mildenhall, the strike base, and also the heavy base over there in England. And so that was a great experience. Then we got over here, and it was such an accommodating one. The actual leadership was very supportive. And then on top of that, the school districts with the Kentucky Boys State and Girls State program, they were very supportive of the DoD system. And then, of course, you have all your, fleet family. So it's so helpful here. You can't help but come, and it's just it's a perfect situation. And on top of that, we also looking to go to Germany next year or later this year. A little bit different mission, but very similar. But awesome. This is the perfect situation. Travel, isolation, meaning you need resources. Volunteers can't wait to help. The base is very supportive. So this is about as good as it gets.
That's
when it
great.
Comes to this, yeah.
So could you just give us a quick synopsis maybe of the services you provide when you come down?
Real quick and real simple. We do anything that relates to Veterans Administration claims, like if housing, GI Bill, any type of service-connected claims. You just have questions. I want to make this clear. There's a couple of myths. Okay.
Mythbusters here.
This is Mythbuster number one. This is not
great
welfare. I want to make this clear. This is a right that you earned. If you get disabled or injured, it's not welfare. It's not freebies. It's part of the military benefits that you get. So if you get hurt, lose hearing, we had a gentleman who was a chief master sergeant of the Air Force. We were on the ferry, and he talks about his teeth, and he lost all of his teeth, and he had to pay $12,000 every few years to get all this done. And we're listening to him, and it's like, well, that's service-connected because he had these injuries. So what we did, we filed, got him done. He gets his teeth paid for now.
Wow.
It's not, why should he have to pay the $12,000 every few years? It's a military-related issue. That's what the VA's for. So it's not welfare. I want to make that clear. We get some people, we're all studs. I get it. We're all heroes. Okay, I was too until I got hit, and I'm done. Okay, so that's good. Okay, so but the key is let's file this paperwork. It's not for you. It's about really your family. Okay, your kids. And it's about getting them education benefits and about getting them a good home. And it's about getting them things that if you take that medical cost down, you have more money for your family. So you got to really look at it that way. But we do it for free. You come up to Fleet Family or contact the command staff, or we'll leave our information if you need help between while we're here. But we're going to do the work for free, and we're going to follow it up. And we're going to go through all that. Now, there's some tricks because of medical, and you got to go back to stateside, and there's some challenges there. But we're going to make that work, and we're going to get everything situated. We also go to the high school. DOD is very supportive of what we do. And we go to the high school and present Kentucky Boys State and Girls State. That's a leadership program for juniors going in their senior year in the summer. The nice part about this is not only does people like Bill Mettensveg and obviously the principal there, very supportive, children and youth programs, highly supportive. We have a guy named Stevie Ray. He donates roughly $10,000 a year to make sure these kids have the access to a Boys and Girls State program in Kentucky. So if I got someone donating a lot of money and you guys are supportive, it's a perfect storm for those kids. And that's what it's about, is helping these kids have opportunity. So in general, maybe you just have questions. You just want to know things. You just want to ask. You don't want to file. We got careers and we want to get to the end of them. But sometimes you just want to know, hey, I'm almost at the end. What do I do? Or I'm going to get out soon. What do I need to prepare for? And we have literally national experts here, the best of the best. And I don't say that lightly. I mean, these are the best of the best that the American Legion has to offer. And they're the only ones that really travel and do this. So it's a big deal.
It's very unique.
Yeah, very unique, yeah.
I can just say from my experience, I've been in, pushing 25 years, which is not as long as many, but I'm getting, towards the end, and I'm like, whoo, and you mentioned a couple of those things, Mill Connect, GI Bill. I mean, I know there's rapid message traffic changes in those. I'm like, so I probably have some questions for you a little later on that. But that's great stuff. And the sailors will ask me, other people, hey, to me, you should always have one. You're in the military, and you should always be looking at that. But if you may want to think about what you're going to do on the outside, and always be at least glancing at that to make a good decision. And then you mentioned that, because you never know what's going to happen. Like you said, you may be for some reason out of the military, and tomorrow for some reason. At least you have a plan, and then all the benefits that you've just described to really help people. So thank you for what you guys are doing.
Well, my father's a retired officer as well, and he always trained me. Doesn't matter if you're enlisted or officer, that really doesn't matter. But you're going to serve a day or you're going to serve 40 years, doesn't matter. But you're eventually going to retire, and you have to be prepared. And they have such great benefits. In other words, let's say you get a VA benefit rating of 50% and you retire with 20. There's new laws that can do concurrent, meaning both, same time. If you're younger and you have a combat related, you can get concurrent. There's certain things like hearing loss, sleep apnea. I mean, it can be anything that you get on active duty or develop. And you say, well, that's not a big deal. I'm going to go to the real world and make real money. That's great. But, it doesn't hurt to have your house and car paid for, and then, all the medical paid for. I can't tell you how many times, the VA, I got injured and they gave me a BioWave. It's $1,500. And it's this new device, and it stimulates the nerves and gets the pain knocked down. So that means you don't have to take opiates and you don't have to take pain management. And so, so now we got Marty Goley with us. He's the one. Just funny story. He tells a friend of ours, John Beach, there, and they're both here. So I said, well, that sounds great. So I call my doctors. They have it to me in 1 week.
Wow.
So they go, wait a second, we told you about it and we can't get it. So I had to take pictures of me using it in order to send down to Florida. So they now have Marty's on order. And then John Beach, who's another service officer here, he's getting his in about a month or so. So my point being is, this is how it all works. We all talk, we all know what we're doing, and that we have the experts. And so we're going to leave our information. We're going to be down here. If you all, we're working with Commander Roach, and he's been amazingly successful with setting up all the flights and everything. That's as good as it gets, and he's done a great job. So if we can do that and come down twice a year and give support in between, I'll give you my personal home phone number. It's 502-233-4585 or pterzop@hotmail.com. I'm on Facebook, but don't link me to anything I don't want to be linked to. That's all I ask, okay? But if you need that information, I'll leave the cards at Fleet Family, and Val over there, and Claudia. Claudia is setting up standard operating procedures. And this base, I'm telling you right now, and I don't have to group on it because we've been here 4 years, but this is as good as it gets. And the support level you're getting from your senior staff is just simply phenomenal. We don't see this everywhere, and I'm not calling anybody out, but we just don't see this everywhere. So that's why I want to make sure you understand when we leave, it's a big deal to us to be able to volunteer. And I know you all say thank you, but no, you're doing us a favor because we're able to do all this work and make sure brothers and sisters get what they deserve and taken care of, because take care of them, take care of the veteran, take care of the wives, families, husbands, and kids. It's a big deal.
Thank you. I mean, once again, thank you for your service and what you do for us.
Okay. No, I'm just joking.
It's
I'm
on
joking.
fish.
I'm joking.
Yeah.
I'm just totally joking.
Absolutely. Oh, well, great. And anything else? I think anything from the VA side, or
Well, Jeremy's got to get some credit for college. He's in comm classes, and they let him out. No, we're just joking.
I was able to attend Kentucky Boys State as a rising senior in 2014, and I successfully completed the program. And I was able to take the leadership skills I learned back home with me. And when I started college, I went to a community college, and I became the student body treasurer, and then I later became the student body president. And then that allowed me the opportunity to join the Board of Regents for the whole community college system of Kentucky. And then I transferred to U of L to pursue my undergrad. And about maybe the last spring semester, I was struggling about deciding whether I should stay in school or not. And I came back as a junior counselor for the first time with Dr. Pete's approval. And thanks to Dr. Pete, Mark Kennedy, John Beach, and Chris Goody, I decided to stay in college and pursue my degree. And it's really opened doors for me, like being able to come down to Cuba and help with the service work, and also going to the national conference in Indianapolis and starting the Kentucky Boys State newsletter, and also taking part in the Kentucky Boys State internship, where we do work in different areas such as volunteer work, recruiting, asking for donations. It's really a great program, and my life has really been different, and I honestly can't thank Dr. Pete and everyone else involved in Boys State enough.
That's awesome. Congratulations.
Thank you.
yeah, I've heard great things from several life-changing experience. So
One thing to note is, you know, again, Heidelberg American High School overseas, and you go over there and these people don't know about it. So, you know, when you move to another duty station, remember, American Legion, yeah, we'd love to have you join. It's great. You get a free magazine, history, I don't know. I think it's cool. I don't know. It's not the best, but it's great. You know, it tells you what's going on. More importantly, there's all these programs out there for veterans, and if you don't tell another veteran, then they don't know. And that's the big secret. It's, you know, like, for example, 100% disabled American veteran, their kids almost in 50 states get free college from the state. The state will say, we will give your kid 4 years of free school. But they don't tell them the other secret. They get like $1,100 cash to go to school each month, tax-free.
wow.
Now, I don't know how much it takes for you to bring home $1,100.
Yeah.
I don't care. I pick up a penny off the ground. $1,100, but no one tells you. It's a secret. So if you don't tell it to everybody and you're not spreading the word, so that's why what you're doing here as a command is very important. You're giving great opportunity that normally people just don't get, and it gives us an opportunity to keep connected with the current, you know. And, you know, we always have the Navy jokes and Army jokes. I was also a combat engineer in the Army, so we always like to go back and joke and stuff. But unfortunately, I think I've lost my son to the Navy. He wants to go. He wants to be an operator. I said, oh, no, not in
Good
the
on
Navy.
him.
Not in the Navy, no. No, but
You
anyway.
got all the services. You see the Marine, you'll be good to go.
You know, you lose some things,
Maybe
you win
Coast
some
Guard in
things.
there too.
Awesome.
But no, we just want to again say thank you.
Well,
All right.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah.
yeah, very well. Well, I appreciate it, and lots of great knowledge, and I know lots of people that have come to see you and are going to come see you guys with that. But thanks again, and I think we've hit the time.